Hi, my name is Hooman Beheshti. I'm the VP of Products at Strangeloop. And in this webinar, I'll show you how to do a quick 5-minute page speed to revenue analysis on your e-commerce site to see a correlation between page speed and performance to revenue and the bottom line. First, a little bit of background. Over the last few years, a number of industry studies have surfaced to show a correlation between performance and the bottom line, and how faster pages and faster sites are producing more revenue, more page views, and a positive improvement in key business metrics. For example, Shopzilla released a study that showed us when they reduced the page load time from 6 seconds to 1.2 seconds on their site, they saw an increase in revenue of 12%, an increase in page views of 25%, a significant improvement in their key business metrics when they improved the performance of their pages. Amazon likewise released a study that showed for every 100 milliseconds of improvement on Amazon pages, they saw an increase in revenue of 1%. That is also a positive correlation between performance and the bottom line. AOL released a study that showed us that visitors in the top 10 percentile in terms of performance on their site saw 50% more pages than the visitors in the bottom 10 percentile. A clear indication that faster visitors are looking at more and more pages than slower ones. And when page views are a key business metric, this is a positive impact that faster performance would have on those business metrics. Likewise, Yahoo showed us that for every 400 milliseconds improvement on the Yahoo property pages, they saw an increase in traffic by 9%. Again, another clear indication that faster performance helps the bottom line of a business. And finally, Mozilla showed us that when they made their pages 2.2 seconds faster, they estimated 60 million more Firefox downloads per year for the Mozilla properties. Again, all these studies are showing us that faster pages and faster performing sites are creating a positive impact on the bottom line of businesses, be it revenue, page views, downloads, whatever those key business metrics are. When the site gets faster, those key business metrics move in a positive direction. Now, you may be thinking to yourself that these are industry Goliaths, these giants are doing these industry tests and these industry studies. These sorts of results don't apply to me. Well, I'm going to show you a really, really easy way to figure out if they do apply to you and how much they apply to you. Normally at Strangeloop, when we talk to our customers about things like this, we offer them the Site Optimizer, which is our product, which comes with a segmentation platform that lets them do A/B testing, where they test accelerated pages versus unaccelerated pages. Information from those pages gets fed back into analytics tools so they can see the performance impact of what the Site Optimizer does with its acceleration treatments, and also what that performance impact is on the bottom line. But this requires some implementation and deployment of our appliance or service, and sometimes you need business buy-in before you go down that path. So what I'm going to show you here is a really quick way of seeing whether on your site faster pages are meaning better business for you. All you need is Google Analytics, and the rest is pretty easy. So first of all, it's a well-known fact in the performance community and in the internet at large that IE8 performs better than IE7. We did a study a while back of 200 websites where we saw in general IE8 was 25 to 30% better performing than IE7. And this has been also verified on customers that try this technique. So about 25 to 30% improvement is rather normal between IE7 and IE8. So the first step in all of this is go to webpagetest.org. It's a public website, www.webpagetest.org. I'll have links for these later in the webinar. And just do a performance test for IE7 and IE8 for your site. Just run a test, and the results of WebPageTest will tell you how fast your pages are in those browsers, how quickly they render, and what the various performance metrics are for your page in each of the browsers. That's step one. So then what you'll see likely is that IE8 is faster for your site than IE7, probably somewhere between 25 and 30%, although your mileage may vary. Now, next, step two is to go to Google Analytics. Google Analytics lets us create reports where we can look at essentially per visit value for our users segmented in different ways. And one of those ways is through the browser. So with a Google Analytics report, you can see what the per visit value is for each browser. Customers that we recommend this technique to, who see about a 25 to 30%, let's say, performance improvement from IE7 to IE8, see about a 25 to 30, and it's roughly the same, it's not exact, better per visit value, so essentially better revenue between IE8 users and IE7 users. So essentially what's happening is we're saying IE8 is faster than IE7, and look, when we look at the bottom line through a tool like Google Analytics, we see that IE8 users are actually spending more money. And that's a better impact on the business bottom line, right? So we see IE8 is faster than IE7, and IE8 brings us more money, affects our business more positively. Now, we did this with 3 of our customers, sample customers that wanted to try this technique. And the third step here would be to make a graph like this that shows you that when you go between IE7 and IE8, you see an incline, you see a positive growth in value per visit. So it creates a positive impact on business metrics that you care about. And in this case, we picked value per visit. It could be any other metric that you choose is important to you. The next step, so up until here, we've sort of proven that better performance creates better business for us. IE8 is faster. It seems to bring us more business. Now, if you go to www.strangeloopnetworks.com, we actually give you a tool to do an analysis of what your site would see performance-wise if it was to use a Strangeloop site optimizer. So what is the performance impact that the site optimizer can have on your site? So the next step would be, after you've got a clear indication of how IE8 is doing better than IE7, is to go to strangeloopnetworks.com and run a performance report and see what our services and our acceleration techniques will do for your site, and get a feel for what % improvement we can offer you. And from that, essentially you compare those improvements to the sort of correlation that you saw in step 3 between IE7 and IE8, and ask yourself the question, what lift in performance, what lift in business can you expect when you deploy acceleration services like the site optimizer? Now, a couple of caveats in this. Correlation does not mean causation. It's possible, for example, that since we chose IE7 and IE8 in this very, very simple study, we have somewhat done a self-selective process where IE8 users are inherently more inclined to spend money online. So there are some caveats there. But it is clear that, or in this study it's clear that when things go faster, there seems to be a good and positive impact on the bottom line and on business metrics that we really care about. And like I said, the Strangeloop Site Optimizer has a platform that lets our customers do this in the real world on their sites when they deploy our product, and this trend seems to hold true. So here's an example of this theory basically at work in the real world. Here's an example from a customer. We've sort of carved out the per value visit for the different browsers, and you'll see that we've segmented this traffic between accelerated and unaccelerated. We've segmented this report between accelerated and unaccelerated portions of the traffic. And you'll see consistently for all browsers, all popular browsers, the per visit value for accelerated segments and accelerated users is more than those of unaccelerated users. And unaccelerated in these cases is the site as it was before, and accelerated is the site as it is positively impacted by the site optimizer's acceleration techniques. So even though comparing IE8 to IE7 is rather simple, it is a very good proxy for showing us how much faster pages and faster users are impacting our bottom line better. That faster users, when users have a more positive, expedient experience on our site, they impact our bottom line and our key business metrics in a positive way. So that seems to be a good proxy for what is actually happening in the real world, as we can see here with this example, where accelerated users are spending more money than unaccelerated users. Again, a clear indication that better performance is impacting our business in a positive way. The tools we used for this very simple technique, and you can all do this if you have Google Analytics, it's very simple. Use Google Analytics, use www.webpagetest.org to test the performance of your site on different browsers. In this case, we used IE8 and IE7, and then go into Google Analytics and see the difference between the revenue or a key business metric that you care about between those browsers. And from that, come to strangeloopnetworks.com/test-your-website and let us do a report for you that shows you the impact that our acceleration services and our acceleration techniques will have on your site. And from there, together, we can make a correlation of what we think your faster website will mean to your bottom line. That's basically it. Give us a call, talk to us about this, and we'll get into more details and give you more insight into what Strangeloop does. Thank you, and have a nice day.